Good morning, student. Today we are going to discuss about data handling chapter of our mathematics book. Under this chapter we are going to discuss about bar graphs. The bar graphs are generally visual representation of data what we collect or observe from some experiments. In previous classes, we already discussed about data, then frequencies, mean, median, mode, and also we discussed about the frequency distribution table. In class 8, under this heading, again we are going to know some more concept of data handling. Under this, we start from bar graphs. First one, as I told you, that bar graphs are the visual representation of data in form of bars. Bars may be horizontal, may be vertical, that depends on the questions. Bar graphs are of two types. One is your simple bar graph, other one is your double bar graph. In simple bar graph, we draw some bars to represent some given data. For example, if we are going to note down the temperature of every day of this week. So, in this case, we know that which thing is variable. The variable thing is represented on y-axis, this one, and the fixed concept or fixed thing is represented on your x-axis. For example, suppose we are going to note down the temperature of every day for this week. So in this week we are having 7 days. This is for Monday. This is for Tuesday. This is for Wednesday and so on. I am taking only 3 days so that you can easily understand what is your bar graph. Now, temperatures are variable. So in this, I use the multiples of 5. This is your 5. This is your 10. This is your 15. This is your 20, this is your 25. I take only this one. So this portion, this one, this represents the temperature. I am adding temperature. This is temperature, and these are your days. Always remember that variable quantities always represent on y-axis and fixed are represented on or plot on x-axis. Now, while drawing the or preparing the bar graph, always use the bars of equal width. For example, suppose that on Monday at 12 noon we are having temperature near about 13 degrees centigrade. So 13 is fall in between 10 and 15. Clear? So we use our scale and pencil to draw this graph. This is the representation of the temperature for Monday. On Tuesday, temperature is a bit decreased one, so that is on 10 degrees centigrade. So again we use equal width by using your scale. By using scale, we use equal width to represent this data. This is for 10 degrees centigrade. See here, we roughly draw a dotted line so that we can easily draw the graph. On Wednesday, that is on yesterday, temperature is a little bit same as Tuesday. So we represent this data. What to observe or what to be cautious while drawing this one, that this width is always equal. This gap between two bars must be equal, or also the thickness of the bar must be equal. This is your single bar graph. What about double bar graph? Suppose we are going to compare the same data for two different quantities. For example, in this case, we can say that strength of girls and boys in your class, in other sections and other section, means your section, that is your 8A, then 8B, then 8C. So whenever you compare, I am taking a rough one, that whenever we compare the same thing in the same graph, bar graph. This is known as your double bar graph. For example, see here. Now, see this example. In this case, we are having number straight, which is a variable quantity, represented on y-axis, and the fixed one, 8A, 8B, 8C, represented on x-axis. So, as we know that in class 8A, there are 30 boys. I am taking this as an example. 30 boys and girls are 20. If you observe in this case, boys always represent graph like this one and girls by the shaded one. So we represent this graph for girls using this one, shaded one. In 8B, suppose number of boys is less, it's 20, girls are more, it's 35. In 8C, they are equal in number, that is your 30-30. So we use this is your double bar graph. Again, you must observe that widths of graphs, widths of bars and distance between the bars must be equal. You must draw this by using your scale carefully. This is your double bar graph. It always used to represent or comparison between two same type of thing for two different data. For example, in this case we are comparing the strength of boys and girls for each section. So, from this graph, we can easily judge that in 8A how many girls are there, how many boys are there, and 8B how many girls and boys are there, 8C how many girls and boys are there. This is your concept of bar graph. Then next one is your about continuous data and discontinuous data. Wait for some time. Whenever we organize any data in simple manner, for example, what we collect, we organize in array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, likewise, then this is your ungrouped data. It is your ungrouped data. But sometimes we are having group data. Group data means suppose 0 to 10, the marks obtained by student of a class. If it is in between 0 to 10, that is your number students 5, having the marks 0 to 10. Then 10 to 20 says 10 number students. Then 20 to 30, it is your 7 students. So this type of collection of data is known as your group data. This is your about group data, and this one is your ungrouped data. Ungrouped data. These are the basic things you must know for data handling. So this one is clear, ungrouped data and grouped data. And for grouping the data, we already discussed about carrying marks in class 7 and class 6. So I am not going to discuss that one. For today, this much is enough. Tomorrow I must send a board video to how to solve questions of exercise 20.1. That's all for today. Thank you.